Once again, thank you so much. I'm taking the second video in Kisumu. A week or 2 weeks ago, this project we did a lot of back and forth in terms of design, and also the client has his own ways of working in terms of how do I source funds. So we had to wait for a particular period of time, probably a month or 2 months, for him to put a certain amount together for us to start. And this is our second week. We have done all the gypsum works in the entire house, and now people from the cornices have already started doing the cornices. Skimming and paint work, the first coat of skimming has already been done. Without wasting much time, I'll talk about this project. We've done the design, we've done everything. I don't want to waste a lot of time. I'll just take you through the nitty-gritties or the small details, so that when you stay tuned, you are also equipped to know what are the expectations. Currently, this is the state. You see the steps have been prepared, nothing much. We expect to do the stones or natural stones or tile on this particular balcony. We need to treat the wall, the columns. Currently, you can see the way they are looking. And most of the times, I'm actually just taking these videos initially because most of the projects taken by most contractors never come to an end, leave alone delivery to the best. You know, most of the times, if you deliver to the best, is a completely different thing. There is just finishing the project in peace. So most of the times I'm just taking this video so that you can see where I started and how I end it, and just to give the confidence in people that surely this team starts projects and finishes projects. Most people would show you this, or maybe show you at the middle of the stage, but showing the end product is normally not a joke. So without wasting much time, here we've done our flat ceiling. It's a simple flat ceiling, just waiting for the cornice, and it will take up some downlighters, and that is it. Simplicity most of the times. My client has some German Shepherds around, and I think a few bulldogs. So we'll come and do some grilling here, so that in the event maybe it's raining, the dogs do not have to escape and stay here for purposes of cleanliness. Come in. Kidogo, most of the times as we come in, kidogo modifications depending on the particular site. My client on this particular project is very detailed, and he understands construction, understands details to the core. So we are just helping in to deliver his inspirations, but again, kidogo, or we throw in our expertise. Here you can find some modification have been done just lately, because we were adding this piece on this space because the wall was on that side. So when you think about doors, because every element affects the next element, when a door lies on this wall, it means the finishing product on the end of the wall, between the wall and the frame, will be a quarter round. Then when you have this space on this side, it means now this will have an architrave or architrave. So for uniformity purposes, you want to have an architrave on this side and an architrave on this side, or a quarter round on this side and a quarter round on this side. And that's why we come in and we tell our contractor on side, our good contractor, please add us some 100 mm on this side, or add us 50, so that now when the frame comes, the frame itself is normally 50-50 on either side, then the door comes in. So now this 50 and the architrave do not cover the entire frame. So the 70 mm or the 80 mm of the frame, or whatever will remain, because this is the main entry door, you need to create the grandness. You can even have an 100 mm architrave running all around and flowing all the way to the other side without having an L, and then it drops there, it's finished, and then it goes down. So that is for the details. Then now for the door, if you look at the 3D designs, and again, this is for the clients. Sometimes some clients tend to know more than even the contractors on site. Again, it is good to know, but it's also good to listen. It's also good to give an opportunity to your employer or the person you've subcontracted to give you ideas. So during the construction, as we came in, the designer had given a double door, and for me, the experience with double door, sometimes that joint in between, after a while, we know we are using dried wood, but most of the times that joint at times grows. So I told my client, instead of doing a double door, let's do one big panel of door, as long as when it swings it's not touching this. So we've come up with a big door that's gonna flow from there to here, that is around 1.1, then it opens and touches there. Then the other small part that remains will do decorative glass panels. That is not exactly what is in the design, but when you float in an idea and the client thinks critically and it makes sense, it is there, whatever. So at times we just float in those ideas if we are given the opportunity to float in ideas, and then we can change this, whatever. So stay tuned to see the door. Then as you enter, nothing much under the staircase, we don't want to clutter. The staircase itself is going to be very simple. It's going to be wood panels, those are wood steps floating all the way to the walls, and then on the railing side, we are going to have toughened glass mounted on the side, and that goes all the way to the other side. And then on top of the glass, we'll do the wooden rail on top, and that is just for purposes of modern type of style we are going to achieve. You can see this wall. Initially the wall was not there, this was an open space. No, the wall was there but was on the far end. So what happened in the kitchen when I came to this, before I just go to the whatever, you see this wall was, I think the wall was on this side, or there was no wall. So the wall was on the beam, and this is the beam, so the wall was somewhere here going the other side. So when I came in and took the measurements for the kitchen, I noticed I am lacking a space, because you see now from there to there, that is a window from here to here. So there are three elements in a kitchen that you need to come up with. It is the washing area, it is the cooking area, and it's the storage area. Storage is those that are the microwave oven. No, it is the double door fridge. Then the oven and microwave come closer to it. There is the pull-out pantry or the pull-out cabinet. Then a few storage in there. Then there is the wash area. Most of the times, as Kenyans or as Africans, we are normally putting it closer to a window. And then there's the cooking area. So once you look at that, then there is the preparation side. So once you look at those three elements, now you decide, where do I put the fridge and the microwave? And then again, before you do the decision, you have to take measurements, because now each and every element has to go as per the measurements, because some of the elements probably in cabinetry or in kitchens are just standard sizes. So when you're doing those things and you're removing, let's say 1,000 or 10 or 1,100, then you remove 600, then the space that remains can dictate to your mind and tell you that comfortably I cannot do this thing on this side. So those are the elements that you look in. So once we did that, we decided to push this, and that's why you see a bulkhead around here. So creatively we worked around and we pushed this wall so that this pocket can take the tall cabinet. So we have tall cabinets, that is the double door fridge, we have the oven and the microwave, and then we have the tall cabinets up here. And then from there we have the low level and the high level, and then the DP switches. We actually, another element or another dimension of construction is most of the times the clients are done the structure, they call us. Though the best approach is after the architectural drawings and before approval with the city county. If you can send us those drawings to look at and even come up with the 3Ds for the interior, so that we capture both the form, which is basically the architectural element, then we look at the functionality and the aesthetic entity in it. If the two elements are merged together and then you take it back to the architect now to do their final product, you end up not getting so many problems during the construction or during the fit outs. But let's assume already you've done the structure, you've done everything, the architect gave you all the manner or whatever. When we come in, basically, it's not that it is the wrong thing, but once we come in, we most of the times get the clients have already done the structure, maybe sometimes piping and all that. If you've done the piping and we come in and do the designs, we most of the times interchange or move your points. So if it's better, you do not. So in this particular project, after the client had watched most of our videos, he decided not to, after the walling, he didn't do the pipes. Went through the design process with us. After approval of the design process, he now asked us, I have an electrician, I have a plumber. Is it possible for you to work with them. So what we told them, because now the project hasn't been commissioned and we are not yet in. So what we opted is, we told the client, if you are comfortable and you are so sure that we are going to come in, do a commitment fee over a certain percentage over the project, then we can send our team to work with your team. And that is exactly what happened. So our electrician worked with this client's electrician on this particular project, and that's why each and every element is in its position and it will not change. And I think it is the best approach to avoid so many mistakes later. You just commit in something small to just assure us that you are on board, we are on board, and then we come in. And then actually, apart from just sending our electrician, I flew in to just come and counter check and make sure all the entities, all the things have been captured. That was both on the electricals and the plumbing. Plumbing, most of the times, not so much changes, but it's also tricky in most of the sites. Let me not waste a lot of time. You see, these are now the DPs. The single sockets are DPs, the double sockets are there. And they've been marked. This DP. DP means it's a double pole for maybe the hood, one is for the cooker, one is for the under sink, and probably one will be for the oven, another one for the microwave. They've been piped in advance towards this. So once the cabinets have been fit and the tiling has been done, you just come in and fit in. Not wasting a lot of time, we just have this as a simple wall, nothing much. This is the dining. You can see the ceiling works have already been done. If I come back to this side, this is an indirect type of ceiling. For those people I've mentioned, ceilings can be flat ceilings can be bulkhead ceiling, can be tape ceiling, and no ceiling, just cornices. So for this particular client, and all these are dependent on the taste and preferences of our end users. So our ceilings, even if it's an indirect lighting, is very simple. As you can see, just one step ceiling and hidden curtain box. So the curtains will come from inside, there will be a light here, then the simple downlighters around. This cabinet, this is our entertainment wall in the lounge, and most of the elements that we look at most of the times when you enter the spaces are actually like when you enter the lounge, the key element or the focal point is the TV wall or the entertainment wall. So here we have a cabinet that is flowing from end to end. That's a floating cabinet, that is the TV unit. In the design, again, I will repeat, in the design, we have a cabinet on this side and a cabinet on that side. There are those people who most of the times design are just aspects or elements that are guiding in the production, in the quotation, but it can change at any particular point. It's not that whatever we have proposed must be that way. Because even at that time, because we are dealing with so many elements, we might say yes to so many things. But during the implementation process, someone can come in and tell you, I feel like this is too much, or I feel like this color is not what I want. We can change. Then we come in and plumb, and then this piping has been done in such a way that this is data is inside the cabinet. So when you have your receiver, you have your gadgets, they can be put in there. Then when you have a socket on top, if you just have something to place on top of the cabinet, you can use this. Then these are the side sockets, that is for the LG or Sony. Sometimes there are sockets on the either side, on different sides, and you might find maybe someone is using 100-inch and the cable the power cable cannot reach this side. So some people are forced to do a provision from this point going up. But if you have the provision on either side, you can either just plug it on that side and plug it on this side. From here, we have an aluminium door here. No, this is a solid security door. Same design like the other one on the main entry. Then you open to this side and we'll have an overflow dining area here. Then the grills around comfortably, just to shield the dogs from sitting onto your beautiful cleaned up tiles. From there, without wasting much time, go to this side. We have our small pantry here. No, this is the Dobby area. So we have a sink here. We'll have a socket for the machine. Then we'll have the ironing area on the other side. So these are low levels, and we have the high levels on that side. Then that is it. So it's MDF cabinets, the skirting under. We have the granite on top. We have a space of more. This now will have 900 instead of 600, so that if you have a hang around, so we have a rod running, you can hang clothes and they're not touching the granite. Then on that side is the ironing area. So maybe gypsum ceiling done, so cabinets and then tile works, and we are good. The measurements for the doors have just been taken a day ago, so they will be placed on order, and then maybe within a month they'll be ready. But within that particular period of time, we have a number of things ongoing. So the skimming, the first coat has been, the walls have received the first coat. They need to receive the second coat. Then the sanding will start. Then we'll have the undercoats. Immediately after the undercoats, we'll leave it like that for a while to pave way now for the cabinetry to be done in the doors. Once the cabinetry and doors have been done, we'll do the floors. Once the floors are done, we come in with we come in and do shower cubicles and the rest of the other things, and then we come and do the final coat. So this is the pantry. We have a deep freezer there. We have another sink here, and then the rest will be just low-level cabinet and the high-level cabinet. And then I think the client wanted to have another cooking point here, and that's why you are seeing the 900, so that they can have a dirty kitchen around this area. So for now, I just want to say low-level cabinets, a deep freezer, high-level cabinets, and tall cabinets. As you can see, they've been scribbled already on the walls, and the 1540 actually sits on top of the cabinet. This is the same. So that is it. So on this side again, this is our Dobby area. This Dobby area, whatever we are planning is we're going to have a pergola here, and basically up to around this particular area we'll do those chumas, and then we'll do glass on top. Then this will be the drying area or the open to sky area. So half of this part is going to be covered so that water does not come in, and also because that is the cooking area, you don't want there to come and go up. So shield kidogo come to this side and it's out, and that is one reason because of doing this particular type of design here. Then we'll have basically the grill was supposed to be there. The client thinks he doesn't need the grill here, and because we have the grills around the house all the way to here, we'll just have a door here, so that here, because of the cleaning, of everyday cleaning, the people can clean it, the dogs can come here, but once here they cannot go into the veranda. Let's move into the other side. So here we have an office. We have office and study. The cabinet, that is the low-level cabinet and high-level cabinet sitting on that side, and the table for the client sits facing this side. Then on this particular side, or this side, I can't remember clearly, I think on this side, no, this side we will have a few study desks, just kidogo for two, because there are two kids on this side. So an office comes study, then overlooking the lake. So actually here we are in Kisian. Kisian is just a few meters from the airport, Kisumu airport, and from the top of this house you can actually clearly see the lake. It's a really beautiful scenery. It's slightly raised. This project, we've taken it, like currently what we are working on phase 1, and phase 1 is all the exterior doors, that is the aluminium doors and all the solid doors, and we are also doing all the aluminium windows, and the aluminium windows come with whatever we are supplying are coming with the mosquito netting. So this is going to be a nice, beautiful, big curtain walling window from floor all the way to there. Then the rest of the windows are going to be, some are awning, some are sliding, and that is it for the windows. So phase 1 has the windows, has the skimming, has the gypsum, has the paintwork, has all the doors. Once we secure the house and we have the basic done inside, then we move into phase 2. So this is girls bedroom. You come in, simply you can see that is the headboard. It can comfortably, you can understand that is a window. It swings to the right, swings to the right, to the left. Then under there we have a stool. There we have a stool. The bed goes in. We have the artwork on the other side. This is gonna be a fixed window, a fixed panel. Then the two are sliding. We have the glass railing here. Again, we were discussing with the client. Instead of doing the glass railing, can we come up with a simple metallic rail to just bring down the cost, which I'm comfortable. We are going into that. As you can see here, we have a study desk comes here, then she can sit plug in. We have power here, we have a switch for the light on top, we have a socket for the laptop. Then you sit here with just one shelf and she can sit here. On this other side, this is where we have her wardrobes. It's a 2027, that is 2.7 meters long. So we can have a box of 900, a box of 900, and a box of 900. Come in on this side again. Philip is our designer. You see, we are trying to improvise a small walling on most of the doors, because you see there is a beam. This beam means if this door had to go to the other side, it means now when I'm running my architrave, it will go and hit that beam. So I'll have to cut a kanja, or I'll cut that architrave in a way for it to run back and come down. So for this particular purpose, we're just dropping it by 50 mm so that the architrave on the side can run up to there, go back and come down, and the client doesn't have a problem with that. We go to the last bedroom on the first floor, and the last bedroom is our master bedroom. We have a cabinet here for storage, have some space there. Initially when I came in, the division for this bedroom was here, so this is where we were meant to put our sliding glass door. And then I looked around when you come to this side before, so that you understand my narrative. And you come to this other side, this is the walk-in closet, and I noticed from here to there is around 99999, that is 3.6, and 3.6. Then on this side we had the 3.6, but it had two windows to bring in light, so meaning these guys are sharing two cabinets of 99. It's actually 892 as per the drawings from the fundis and the designer. So it means two cabinets are the ones that are useful in this room. And then if you come to this side, you notice we have a shoe rack in the middle here. Then this is the low level cabinet, probably for sitting. So meaning these guys do not have enough cabinetry. But in reality, if you are not so keen, you might assume you have a lot of space, and meaning you think you have enough storage. But once you start now dividing, these are the hanging clothes, maybe two rods. Then we have the drawers, then you have the foldables. Then you want to look for now the casual wear, you want to look for your official or the coats, and then you have to look for your tall clothes. Then you realize the space is not enough for even one person. So I told them, please, you guys, why are you doing that? Let's add in this. So I decided to push this door to this side so that I create another walk-in closet. And this basically, for me, I would call it the he side, but still with the confusion of the she, whereby the he can dominate and the she can have her clothes that probably do not use on a daily basis. So I created this space that can take 1, 2, 3, that is a 2.7 cabinet all the way, and then another 2.7. And as you can see, this is how we divide the spaces. This is done by our designer and our fundi. So this will have hanging clothes, and it hangs up to somewhere here. And below we have drawers. These drawers, you can have one for the belts, one for the boxers, one for something else. Then followed by a cabinet that has, again, hanging and hanging, because these are very key elements. Then we have here more storage and then a hanging. And basically here we can even add, basically when it's done like this, probably it will have another partition here so that you have your foldables. Then the same thing is done on the other side. No, if the other side is slightly different. So they're having more storage on the drawer, then more foldables on this side. These might not be foldable. This is actually a shoe rack. Then these are the foldables, and the repetition of the road and whatever. So basically I'm thinking, because this is the gent side, we don't have the tall clothes, but on the other side we might have the tall dresses. So basically that is the master. Then the headboard comes here under the whatever, the window. We have socket. Under the window of the socket, the headboard goes there. The ceiling has been nicely done, and most of the ceilings are the same, simple, straightforward, nothing so much complicated, just a mosquito netting, then the rest stays. Then you walk in, this space is the entertainment wall. They're sitting there, they can watch their Netflix as they pick our stories. Behind the bed, we'll have 2 armchairs with a stool in between. You sip on your wine as you watch your Netflix, finish, jump in. When you're there waiting for your husband to come, you can still enjoy your movie. Then still under there, this is where our security, whatever, will be. Not so much to talk about. Then on this side, we have a double wash and sink. Here we have the lighting switch, we have the shaving or the socket that can be used for that particular purpose. Then on this, because this door swings here, we have a sink on that side that is coming out by around 600. So instead of follow, I've decided to put my toilet on this end. Then we have a shower running from this end to this end, and we just providing for one shower. We had an option whereby we wanted to run a jacuzzi in this space. We wanted to push it out, but during the design process, those are elements that we normally think and discuss about, and we opted not to do it. Let's go to the rooftop. As you land on the rooftop, we have this space. Normally this is the space that now shields the rain from raining. So this must be there, because if you don't do it, it will rain in. So you create this space, or the space comes about, and you put it in as a linen store. Then on this side, you also, for those ones thinking backup batteries, I think this will be the most ideal place to put your backup batteries. You want to harvest your 5.5 kVA, you want to harvest your 10 kVA, put your batteries here, put your whatever here, then you're good. So the rest of the space, tiling, railing, and then we have a gaming or a game station on this side. So here we'll have a pool table. Then we have a TV, and my guy can host his boys around here. Then they will play a pool. Probably they will have another darts, whatever, on this wall. And then we can call this a gaming area. Contemplating maybe later when we see how it goes, we can close up with glass, so that if there are any dust coming in, it's protected. But for now, maybe once you're done with the pool, you just take the pool cover, put it on top, and you're gone. That is it for this particular site. I just wanted to put you to speed, to know what we are doing. We are doing big projects, and big projects are all over, not just Nairobi. This is Kisumu, Kisian, on your way to Busia before you get to Maseno, and people are doing wonders. And Kith'Interiorz has created a web around the country. We are all over doing magnificent projects. For that particular reason, let me not waste your time at Kith'Interiorz, where style meets elegance.